Breaking this morning, coronavirus confusion. Despite a New York State school shutdown, St. Bonaventure University's administration not ready to pull the trigger and put classes online. In a shocking reveal, the university says it's running low on supplies like hand sanitizer and doesn't have a firm cleaning plan. Plus, direct from the county health department, no testing kits to be found in our area. And the men's basketball team back on campus this morning. They're not required to test or quarantine after traveling to corona-infected New York City. Summer study abroad canceled. Right now, students, faculty, staff, and community members demanding answers. From campus to Cat County and other parts of New York State, SBU TV brings you the facts that affect your safety and security.
Good morning, I'm Zachary Murphy.
And I'm Madeline Edwards. State and local school closures, events canceled through the area. All of this because of the coronavirus pandemic. Many of you wondering this morning, what is St. Bonaventure doing to keep us safe?
The best thing at the moment is to stay. But as I said, it's so rapidly evolving. That could change in 5 minutes.
Things change by the minute, a repeated phrase regarding St. Bonaventure University's plan during the coronavirus pandemic. Bonaventure University officials continue to send out emails with updates regarding the coronavirus protocol. What is being done to keep the campus proactive? I spoke to St. Bonaventure Chief of Communications Tom Missel to hear how the university is limiting the spread of germs.
Our cleaning person, Pete, as I was leaving, because he works like a 12 to 8 shift, he was wiping down stuff that I'd never seen him wipe down before.
He continued to say the university has no deep cleaning plan, but housekeeping staff are using Clorox wipes and other cleaning disinfectants to thoroughly clean down classrooms, dorms, bathrooms, and other public spaces. However, there is a hand sanitizer shortage on campus. Tom said that the shipment is currently on back order, and he advises students to take the time to wash their hands in place of using hand sanitizer. The Wellness Center is not accepting walk-ins. You must fill out a form on the Bonaventure website to make an appointment. This is to ensure the proper treatment can be given to each student. Dr. Wes Smith will evaluate what care is necessary.
So far, the university banned overnight guests, the late-night bus service canceled. All extracurricular events are suspended until March 31st.
Things to know this morning. I discovered all SUNY and CUNY University colleges are online. Locally, Jamestown Community College and University of Pitt Bradford are online. Closures are reported at Syracuse University, the University of Rochester, and DUville. But what's our academic plan here at SBU? I talked to a university official.
Bonaventure might look a little like this in the near future. Bonaventure developed an academic continuance plan in case the university is forced to halt face-to-face classroom delivery. Bonaventure is offering training to teachers to prepare for remote learning. The remote learning will potentially take place using Zoom conferencing and Moodle for electronic submissions.
We said earlier, an art class will be especially challenging to teach online, but in some sense, I'm sure there's lesson plans out there for this eventuality or potentiality.
In extreme circumstances, the university said it might extend the semester to make up for lost classroom time. The university also said sending students home could put the university in a financial burden, especially if students are refunded for room and board. The university says it's still working through this financial plan if the university has to halt face-to-face classes. For SBU TV, I'm Roisin Coleman.
We will continue to monitor any changes to Bonaventure's academic plan on our social media pages.
The coronavirus slowly making its way upstate with a positive case reported in Rochester. Our Brendan O'Leary searched for Cattaraugus County's plan of action.
The coronavirus is here in America, and New York State has the second highest number of cases in the country. Latest figures from Johns Hopkins University show New York State with 148 cases in Westchester County alone. 53 more than New York City. 3 counties over, Monroe County is the closest to Cattaraugus with 1 positive case. St. Bonaventure University's Student Wellness Center declined to comment on their plan. So far, they will no longer allow walk-in appointments, requiring patients to fill out a coronavirus screen form online. The center locking the door, those with appointments need to call the number posted to be let in. Going to the Cattaraugus County Health Department, I spoke with Dr. Kevin Watkins about testing people who have traveled overseas to countries where the virus is present.
There are 14 new European countries that we now have to include. That is a problem for us because there is no way to identify those individuals who travel into our county from those various areas.
Back ordering test kits, the county, as well as most states, do not have enough to test those screened for the virus. Olean General Hospital taking precautions, posting infection prevention messages on their outside billboard and website, as well as limiting visiting hours from 11 to 1 and 4 to 6, with no one under the age of 17 being allowed in unless they are a patient. Dr. Watkins told me that hospitals will be requesting anyone with respiratory problems to please phone in ahead before visiting. New patients will also be required to fill out any international travels they may have had on hospital forms.
As a community, are going to have to change the way we once lived until we can develop a antiviral medication or a vaccine against this particular virus.
These changes include avoiding large gatherings and practicing social distancing, implementing common flu season habits such as frequently using hand sanitizer and washing your hands, and perhaps the biggest change of all, finding alternatives to hand greetings such as waving or elbow bumps. Brendan O'Leary, New Now Next, SBU TV.
Though the health department wants people to be cautious of the coronavirus, they do not want you to panic. Dr. Watkins stated around 80% of those infected are making a full recovery.
With questions circulating over school closings, Michaela Hyman brings you the facts on the 13 public school districts in Cattaraugus County.
15,181 students populate the public school districts within Cattaraugus County.
Currently, Allegheny Limestone School District focuses on deep cleaning and disinfecting, a disinfecting ionizing gun, wipes, hand sanitizer purchased for sanitation. The letter on your screen from Allegheny Limestone Superintendent Tony Giannici sent to parents encouraging frequent hand washing, avoiding touching eyes, nose, mouth with unwashed hands, avoiding close contact with those who are sick, and staying home if students feel sick. Allegheny Limestone currently working on digitalized instruction. There is no ruling yet on how the district closing would impact the academic calendar. They said that is a state decision. Both Olean and Allegheny Limestone School District said they are following the guidance of the New York State Education Department and the New York State Department of Health.
Take a look at your screens for our social medias. We will bring you more information on local schools as it is made available.
Only 2 of the 13 school districts responded with plans of action. Franklinville declined to comment. Governor Cuomo declared COVID-19 a public health emergency in New York State. Now an indefinite ban on gatherings of more than 500 people. Schools, mass transit, hospitals, shops, and public buildings are exempt from this restriction. Plus, only medically necessary visits allowed at nursing homes. This to protect older people who are more susceptible to the coronavirus. We have more on the Atlantic 10 cancellation of spring sports coming up. Before we go to break, take a look at your screen. Here's a tip from the CDC to prevent yourself from getting sick.
Today I'm going to talk to you about physics. Come on in, girls. Let's go. This is the first rocket to get humans to Mars.
Really tall.
I'm a rocket structural engineer, designing and building parts of the rocket. You are the generation that will be stepping foot on Mars. Do I have a group of astronauts on my hands?
Yes.
You can become a rocket scientist or whatever else you want to be.
If you smoked, get scanned. Talk to your doctor or learn more at savedbythescan.org.
When I was growing up, my mom was extremely tidy. We were trained to put things back where we got them from. One day, when I walked into my mom's house, I felt like I walked to someone else's house. There was stuff everywhere. And just growing up the way I grew up, and to see this transition was very alarming.
When Sean talked to me, it was a wake-up call, and that's when I went to the doctor.
I felt accomplished after I got my diploma. Made me feel that I could take on whatever challenges life throws at you.
Find free adult education classes near you at finishyourdiploma.org.
They call me Prince like I'm royalty or something. But the places I've lived ain't no palaces. So I don't need grilled salmon or a new scratching post. Just give me a cardboard box and a can of tuna and we're good. You can even change my name. I'm cool being the kitty formerly known as Prince.
Breaking on Wall Street, stocks surged at the opening bell, up over 1,000 points. This follows the worst one-day decline from U.S. financial markets since 1987. Investors reacted sharply to the president's response to the coronavirus. The Dow Jones Industrial Average is down over 20% from its February high. In response to the COVID-19 pandemic, President Donald Trump has announced new travel restrictions to Europe. CNN Daryl Forges reports. The St. Bonaventure men's basketball season ended before the Bonnies even stepped foot on the court inside the Barclays Center. The Atlantic 10 men's basketball tournament canceled Thursday morning. The announcement made just minutes before the first game of the second round was scheduled to tip off. St. Bonaventure drew the 5 seed in this tournament and would have played George Mason. SBU TV's Ryan Bolin will have more information for you later in sports.
Coronavirus fears have led to the cancellation of a majority of sports in the country. What is happening to the St. Bonaventure University athletically? I bring you the answers. The athletic plains are quiet and will remain that way for the foreseeable future. The coronavirus has taken a hold of athletics here at St. Bonaventure. As a result of the coronavirus, various sports and leagues have been canceled over the country. Decisions to suspend programs and cancel games have come from the NCAA collegiately, but mostly decisions come from the conference. As of Thursday, all Division I athletics are suspended for at least a week, and the men's lacrosse team has had their season canceled. With the announcement of athletic events and seasons being canceled, the question of NCAA eligibility comes up. Currently, the NCAA has not confirmed their plans to deal with players' eligibility. While it is not known what the NCAA will decide, it is possible that sports that have not started yet may see their athletes redshirt if the suspensions continue. The mass cancellation of athletics on this level is nearly unheard of. The closest thing people around here can reference this to is the weeks following 9/11. NCAA-regulated sports aren't the only athletics under suspension at St. Bonaventure. In addition, all club sports are suspended until the end of March. We will continue to keep you updated on any new developments on the athletics for the remainder of the semester. Follow our social media pages for updates.
5 Bonaventure students who were studying abroad should be returning to the United States today. Our own Justin Myers gives you an update on the cancellations of summer abroad programs here at SBU.
We are still a go, but similar to the Oxford program and the, I believe, Salamanca program, I know that we are planning for 2 separate things to happen. We're planning to go, so paperwork, etc., are still being turned in, and we're also, I'm telling students, have a plan B for your summer.
The video that was shown before was taken yesterday in the afternoon, before Sorrento, Italy became the third summer abroad program canceled, joining China and Perugia, Italy.
On your screen, you can see the email the program director, Annabelle Shevs, received last night regarding the cancellation of the program.
The Sorrento, Italy Study Abroad program is an international studies experience focused on digital content creation. The program was scheduled from June 28th through August 1st. Currently in Italy, nearly 200 people have died from the coronavirus over the past 24 hours, according to ABC News. Bolshevitz also talked about students being able to be refunded for the trip.
Everybody will be refunded. If right now you were to come to me and say, I'm not comfortable, which I did have one student already do that, I said, let's get your money back this week.
For SBU TV, I'm Justin Myers. New, now, next.
Summer abroad programs in England and Spain have been canceled as of Thursday evening. Up next, we're looking at how fast supplies like hand sanitizer and toilet paper are flying off the shelves. Now, look at your screen for another tip to keep you healthy.
I see the future is really bright for me. The high school diploma is just added to the confidence, and now I feel unstoppable.
Find free adult education classes near you at finishyourdiploma.org.
Meet the scan, a simple procedure whose mission is to detect lung cancer early.
I'm here to save you.
But I feel fine.
That's great, but you may still be at high risk for lung cancer.
Oh man, that's a new fence.
If you smoke, early detection could save your life. Learn more at savedbythescan.org.
With the panic from the coronavirus outbreak growing by the day, people are rushing to get cleaning products. Our own Teddy Caputo went on a shopping spree to find out how much it could cost you.
Panic continues to grow. More people are rushing to their local grocery stores, looking to stock up on essential cleaning and sanitizing products. My trip to the Olean Walmart showed me how much this panic is affecting business. Shelves carrying toilet paper, paper towels, disinfecting wipes, and hand sanitizer look completely emptied despite the price gouge on these products. In a study done by the Public Interest Research Group, nearly 1 in 6 face masks and hand sanitizer sold in nationwide retailers and on Amazon saw their prices jump at least 50% since February. One case showed a package of 320 Lysol disinfecting wipes priced at $220, and another listing had Purell hand sanitizer priced as high as $49.95. Amazon has now completely sold out of Purell hand sanitizer, but Walmart has an 8-ounce bottle listed for $10.65. Here in the Olean Walmart, your cleaning supply kit to fight off the coronavirus would cost you around $85 to $95 at the very least. However, most of those products you would get are not on the shelves anymore. You see a lot of empty shelves like this. This is currently the hand sanitizer shelf in Walmart right now. These hand sanitizers are the only two left in the store. Make sure you stock up on whatever cleaning products you can find in hopes of limiting the spread of the virus. With SBU TV, I'm Teddy Caputo.
The market research company NPD reported that hand sanitizer sales have spiked 67% in the last 3 weeks in realtors and 170% online. Also, according to the CDC, as long as your cleaners and disinfectants are EPA registered, they are recommended to use regardless of the brand.
The Buffalo St. Patrick's Day Parade postponed. We asked local businesses if COVID-19 would affect their St. Patrick's Day celebrations. Local Allegheny bars said they plan on continuing with their St. Patrick's Day parties, although they regularly clean their bar. Fusion on Main told SBU TV they are spraying everything from tables, chairs, to doorknobs with disinfectant. After the break, we're bringing you information on all the sports cancellations announced this week. If you take a look at your screen, here's a tip from the CDC to stay healthy. Stay with us.
When I first saw a turtle, my heart was full. Now I'm anything but lonely.
We have this deep connection, this heart connection.
He just wants to be close to you and part of your life.
Every day with Turtle is a perfect day.
When I'm holding her, it makes me feel calmer.
I think everything he does shows how much he loves us.
When we adopt a shelter pet, we discover they're a little bit of a lot of things.
But they're all pure love.
This new lung cancer screening could save your life. Visit SavedByTheScan.org.
When I was your age, I was just like you, fascinated by stars. But now I get to search for life in the universe. And who knows, maybe life is looking for us too.
So we're like aliens to them?
Yeah. Does anyone want to be a scientist now?
I do.
Awesome. We need more girls in STEM.
Maybe we can find aliens.
Hello everybody and welcome to SBU TV Sports. I'm Ryan Bolin. Well, March 12, 2020 was one of the most impactful days in sports history, as collegiate athletics and professional sports leagues across the world continue to take a hit as a result of the growing concerns of the coronavirus. College basketball being one of the first sports to face the brunt of the impact, including the Atlantic 10 Conference. VCU and UMass were minutes away from their noon tip inside the Barclays Center when the A-10 announced their decision to cancel the tournament. St. Bonaventure was among the remaining 12 teams in the conference that potentially had their postseason dreams dashed. The Bonnies came into the tournament as a 5 seed and were scheduled to play the 12th seed George Mason. The A-10 is one of 20 conferences that canceled their tournaments, with the Ivy League being the first to make that decision back on Tuesday.
Conferences that knock off Nevada.
And you can forget about filling out your March Madness brackets next week because the NCAA has decided to cancel the men's and women's basketball tournaments. Hours after conference tournament cancellations began to flood in, the NCAA followed suit and released an official statement on Twitter canceling March Madness. The NCAA released this statement less than 24 hours after they decided to continue the tournament with limited attendance. According to Forbes, the NCAA has the most profitable postseason television deal in sports, has an average of $771 million a year from CBS and Turner Broadcasting for March Madness. While the cancellation of March Madness has drawn majority of the headlines, the toll the coronavirus has taken on the pro circuit has been even greater than at the collegiate level. Commissioner Adam Silver announced that the NBA has been suspended for at least 30 days following the first diagnosis of the coronavirus in the league. Rudy Gobert of the Utah Jazz tested positive for COVID-19 Wednesday night. The 27-year-old center has been under fire recently after a video circulated showing Gobert purposely touching all the microphones and tape recorders at the end of his session with reporters following Monday's game against the Toronto Raptors. Shortly after the diagnosis, Silver made the decision to suspend the league. Thursday morning, fellow Utah Jazz star Donovan Mitchell also tested positive. Bono alum Adrian Wojnarowski reported that several Jazz players claimed Gobert had been carelessly touching teammates and their belongings in the locker room. The NBA was just the first domino to fall that sent a string of professional leagues to suspend play. With just 3.5 weeks remaining in the regular season, the NHL suspended play with hopes to resume the season in the future. 2 minutes later, ESPN reported that Major League Baseball would delay the start of the 2020 regular season by 2 weeks while also suspending spring training. The XFL was one of the last 2 professional leagues to hold out, along with the PGA Tour. However, the XFL announced Thursday night they would cancel the season, but the players will still be paid their base pay and benefits. Ticket holders will also receive refunds or credit toward future games. The PGA Tour was the final league to fall, announcing late Thursday night they would be canceling the remaining 3 rounds of the Players' Championship, as well as shutting down its other tournaments for the next 3 weeks. While major sporting events will no doubt be hard to come by for the next few weeks, it's not a bad time to be a racing fan. NASCAR announced their plan to continue with this weekend's race at Atlanta Motor Speedway, and the upcoming race at Homestead Miami Speedway will go on as well. However, there will be no fans in attendance for either race. Races following this weekend will be determined at a later date. Stay tuned on our social media outlets as we will be providing updates as more information becomes available to us on both the professional and collegiate level. That's all from this Wild Week in Sports. I'm Ryan Bolin. Thank you for tuning in. Back to you, Maddie and Zach.
Breaking news, the Masters tournament has been canceled.
Oh, wow. That's sad news to hear this morning, Zach. But thank you all for staying with us this morning. And don't forget to stay updated with us on all of our social media pages.
Correction here, the Masters tournament has been postponed, not canceled. Sorry about that.
Well, we're happy that you stayed with us today on this unfortunate newscast. But I'm Madeline Edwards.
I'm Zachary Murphy. Make sure to follow up on our social media for any more updates.